Thanks for volunteering. Here's a quick video to show you what you need to know to run triple jump. Here's all the equipment you will need to run triple jump: a rake, a clipboard and writing utensil, the event sheet, a tape measure, a measuring cane, and a cone. The first step in running triple jump would be the check-in process, but we will cover that at the end of this video due to the multiple ways it is ran at Richmond Hill High School. Let's move on to judging a jump. The best practice would be to stand at the side of the board, in our case, the white painted line, where you have good view of the athlete's foot. The athlete can be on the board, they can be behind the board, they cannot be over the board. Not only is foot placement important when judging a jump, but also the sequence. A triple jumper will take 3 jumps within the course of one effort. They must follow a right foot, left foot pattern, or a left foot, right pattern. Any other pattern is illegal. The following video shows a legal attempt where the athlete is behind the board and completes the correct sequence. If you were judging this jump, you would verbally state "mark" after the jumper has landed in the sand. A scratch would be any jump where the athlete's foot is over the line or they complete the incorrect sequence. At this point, you would wait for the jumper to land in the sand and you would call scratch and you would not take a measurement. In the following video, you will see that the athlete has an illegal sequence. They take far too many steps. They are only allotted a right, left, or a left, right. Now for measuring a jump. It is important to put a cone at the board that the triple jumper will be using, as there are multiple boards available for triple jump. Once the athlete has completed a legal jump and you have heard "mark," you will insert the measuring cane at the closest landing point to the board where the sand breaks. If the athlete took a step back, or they had dragged their hand, or they landed on their butt, you would mark the point that was closest to the front of the board. You will then pull the tape measure taut and perpendicular to the front of the board and measure to the nearest 1/4 of an inch. The front of the board is the part of the board that is closest to the sand. That number will then be read aloud and recorded on the event sheet. When recording a jump, please be sure to record the jump with the correct athlete. You will write this down in feet and inches. If the athlete did not have a legal jump, you will make a line through that box to indicate that it was a scratch. Between each jump, you will need to rake and smooth out the pit. There should be no high spots or low spots, as this will alter the measurements of the jump. It is best practice to push the sand from the outer edges in towards the center, and then lightly use the rake to smooth it out. We will now go over the check-in process depending on the format we are using. If you are using the flight format, you will check in all athletes prior to the event start. You will simply put a check mark by their name so that you know if they are here or not. This would be a good time to also remove names of the athletes that will not be competing and to add names of the jumpers that will be substituting for one of their teammates. You will also need to ask the athlete which board they are using and record it on your paper. This will be an important thing to do, as you will need to know where to place the cone prior to their jump and which board to be looking at for a scratch. During this time, they will be able to complete run-throughs and practice jumps. You will give them a certain amount of time, and once the competition has started, they will no longer be able to do any run-throughs or practice jumps. Immediately prior to the start, you will gather all the athletes and give them instructions. You will tell them the amount of jumps they have, the order you will be going in, and that they may check in and out with you if they must go to another event. You can also remind them of the GSHA rules. Matching uniforms, no jewelry, no profanity, and things of that sort. You will then call the athletes up in order. You will call in a loud voice, Athlete A up, Athlete B on deck, Athlete C in the hole. You will do this after every jump. Once Athlete A has completed their jump, you will put a cone on the runway so that the rakers can smooth the pit, and you will proceed to say, Athlete B up, Athlete C on deck, Athlete D in the hole. You will do this after every single jump. If we are conducting an open pit format, it will be very similar to the flight format. The main differences will be that the athletes will be given a specific amount of time to complete their 3 jumps. During this specific amount of time, they can complete their jumps in any order they want. They do not have to wait for their name to be called. They will just jump and report their name to you when they're done. It is very important that you get their name and school when they are finished so you can record it in the right person's spot. When the event is complete, we ask that you circle each jumper's best performance and then write it neatly in the right-hand column on the event sheet. We then ask that you hand deliver the results as well as all the equipment to the scorer table. Thanks again for volunteering.